solidarity is not an option, it is a duty. This is one of President Jorge Sampaio's most significant quotes, one that served as his guiding principle in everything he strived to achieve. President Jorge Sampaio's memory of civic and political achievements, his profound humanity and compassion, will remain with the people of Portugal and the international community forever. President Sampaio was a pillar of democracy whose remarkable career spans over 3 decades. He became the leader of Portugal's Socialist Party from 1989 to 1992, then mayor of Lisbon from 1990 to 1995, before serving as Portugal's head of state for 2 terms, from 1996 to 2006. President Jorge Sampaio was also a dedicated global citizen. In 2007, he was appointed by then United Nations Secretary General Kofi Annan as the very first UN Special Envoy to stop tuberculosis, a position he held for 6 years. President Sampaio fought to raise awareness about TB and advocated for greater commitment and funding for TB prevention, treatment, and research. He also worked to provide critically needed drugs to the countries most affected by the disease. President Sampaio became the very first High Representative for the United Nations Alliance of Civilizations, a position he held from 2007 to 2012. He laid the groundwork for this initiative's essential mission to build bridges of dialogue and understanding between cultures and religions. UNAOC was launched in 2005 in the aftermath of 9/11 and the chain of terrorist attacks that followed around the world, to forge a collective political effort to address the roots of polarization and design results-oriented approaches to resolve it.
In our world marked by such profound imbalances, it is not just the planet that is showing an advanced state of degradation, but also, unfortunately, human atmosphere. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, the dialogue between civilizations, religions, and cultures has turned into a humanitarian urgency that cannot be postponed.
Under the visionary leadership of President Sampaio, UNAOC became more than just a platform. He viewed UNAOC as a new and complementary UN soft power tool to strengthen the human foundations of peace throughout the world and foster intercultural dialogue and cooperation among nations and peoples.
Urgent action is needed to stop, really to stop, further degradation of human atmosphere. Let's keep united, let's understand dissent, let's agree on how to disagree. I insist on this formula. Let's keep united and firm in our conviction that in fact we can contribute to change the world in which we live in. Let's go back to our work. Let's move forward, because emergencies really never wait.
With that vision, President Sampaio established a UNAOC family comprised of governments, international organizations, academics, the private sector, the media, and youth. He was the architect of the organizational structure of UNAOC in its early years. Since 2015, the Alliance has reaffirmed its status within the UN system thanks to the support of the UN member states, who recognized its role in promoting cultural diversity based on respect for the human rights of all individuals, mutual respect and understanding. President Sampaio strived to develop and put into reality a new agenda for living together, aiming to bring a transformational change. He engaged with stakeholders to take bold actions, do more, better, and faster to achieve that goal. Building on that, he gave impetus to regional and national processes to implement the UNAOC goals and advance intercultural and interreligious dialogue among nations.
In our one world, let's share one dream made of 3 wishes. Achieve better rights for all, give really peace a chance, and build a common hope for future generations.
During his tenure, UNAOC developed projects that aimed to build bridges of understanding in innovative ways, drawing on existing efforts and bringing together a broad spectrum of actors. President Sampaio worked tirelessly to create the globally recognized initiative that UNAOC is today. President Sampaio's passion for fighting for the right cause led him to launching the Global Platform for Syrian Students in 2013, a non-profit which provided a rare lifeline to 45 Syrian students to continue their education in safe countries under an emergency scholarship program. President Jorge Sampaio's legacy of service to humanity was recognized in many ways. In 2015, the UN General Assembly awarded him, together with Dr. Helena Ndume of Namibia, with the first ever UN Nelson Mandela Prize. The honorary award was in recognition of President Sampaio's promotion of reconciliation, social cohesion, and community development, and for his role as a consistent supporter of Portuguese democracy.
I really do believe that what our 21st century is missing is this vision, this optimism about humankind, grounded in the extraordinary power of the soul that makes men and women capable of compassion, hope, resilience, pride, and sacrifice.
President Jorge Sampaio will always be remembered, not only as a visionary leader and a remarkable statesman, but above all as an extraordinary human being filled with compassion and humility.